Welcome back. I'm Grizzly Andrew, and today I'm going to answer the most commonly asked question I get from other streamers. I'm going to show you how to let your chat have the ability to use custom animations, control sources, and switch scenes live in your stream, just like this. Oh, dirty quickscope, bitches. Sorry about your faces. Oh my goodness. The first program I use is GIFBot from Fierce Kitten Studio. I'll be providing a link for the program and to Fierce Kitten's Twitch and YouTube channels in the description below. Go ahead and scroll down once you get to the page. Download GIFBot and install it. Once you have GIFBot installed, you'll see a green screen window in a control panel. Go ahead and open up your bot settings. If you haven't done so already, create a bot account on Twitch for use with GIFBot. Go ahead and generate your OAuth token and make sure that you are signed in on Twitch under your bot account. If you want to connect animations for bits, go ahead and generate your streamer OAuth. GIFBot has a ton of different features. You can check out banned users, external subs, power users, viewers, and games. Now let's go ahead and get into the important part, the GIF manager. Here you'll find a list of all the commands that you have. I have so many. You can see I get quite the use out of GIFBot. One thing I do that you might find beneficial for your streams is to give each subscriber their own entrance animation. I liken it to something like a WWE entrance, but it's unique and individual to whoever subs to your channel. We'll use 200 IQ as the example. Let me go ahead and pull this over here. So here you'll enter your command name. I like to preface the commands with the exclamation point, followed by the name. Here's where you'll enter the actual animation file. This can be a GIF or an MP4. Pretty much anything that will play in Windows Media Player, you can play here. This is where you'll enter your WAV or MP3 file, if you want one. Obviously, MP4s don't need a sound file because they already have the sound built in. Here you'll find the duration. This is in milliseconds, so make sure you take note of that. 10 seconds being 10,000 milliseconds. You have a sound delay here in case you want to match up the sound to the GIF if maybe it's not quite on track and you don't have access to an MP4. The main cooldown and user cooldown. Main cooldown is universal. A user cooldown is how long that specific user must take before they use the command again. Here's your positioning. We'll go ahead and take a look at what 200 IQ looks like. It's really simple. You're just going to click and drag for the animation. You can see I have a caption below. We'll get to that in just a second. You can scale it on your screen, depending on how big you want it to be. We'll go ahead and turn off visual placement. Let me show you what it looks like with an MP4. The positioning for an MP4 does look a little bit different and doesn't follow the click and drag feature that the GIFs do. So here you'll see an X and Y axis, width and height. Make sure that if you're using a caption that the height is at the smallest point it can be. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here, if I move the height, you can see how it gets smaller and larger, but at some point it just kind of scrolls down. make sure that you have it to where it's not moving. You want it to be small enough that it actually begins to affect the size. If you don't, then you may end up with text that doesn't quite show through because the actual size of the video is taking up more space than needed. Now let's take a look at our access. If you want to set these up so only followers, moderators, subscribers, or people in a special user group can use these, you can. If you check all of the boxes here, then they must be a follower, moderator, subscriber, and be in a specific user group. These are your trigger options. I'm not going to go too in depth with these. I don't personally use them, but they are a pretty cool feature you can use with GIFBot. If you'd like, you could set it to where every X amount of follows an animation will play. You can also have it set up for cheer requirements, subscriber alerts, with month subbed. You could do something for your 6-month, 1 year, 2 year subscribers and celebrate their support a little bit more. You also have the option to set it up where if a certain amount of people in chat all use the command, then it will pop off. You can have animations play through a whisper to the bot. You can also have currency costs set up for these. You can have them set up on a timer with a hotkey. You can also have variations on a command so that a random animation that you've set up under the animation and sound file will play. Here are your captions. I use these to customize subscriber animations and make them a little bit more unique to that user. Let's go ahead and take a look at how we set these up in Slobs or OBS. Open up Streamlabs OBS or OBS Studio. Add a new source into whatever scene you want GIFBot to be in, and select a window capture. For this, we're going to add a new source. We'll just call it GIFBot New. And we're looking for the GIFBot EXE window. This will pull up the green screen that you've seen earlier. Maximize GIFBot to the entire screen. We'll now add a chroma key filter. Obviously, we want it green. Now that we've got GIFBot set up as a source and have applied our green screen filter, let's take a look at one of these commands in action.
I am the smartest man alive!
Depending on the parameters you've set up, chat can also trigger commands.
I am the smartest man alive!
This is only one of the programs that I use to allow chat to trigger animations and effects. Let's take a look at Streamlabs Chatbot. Streamlabs Chatbot is a little bit trickier to set up, but still fairly straightforward. I provided a link to the Streamlabs Chatbot website. Go ahead and download the chatbot by clicking on Download Now and installing the program. While you're here, you'll want to install Python 2.7.13. Go ahead and click that and install your version. For me, I'm looking for the 64. After downloading Python, we'll now want to get the remote parameter scripts for either Streamlabs OBS or OBS Studio. To get the scripts, simply click on the link provided and follow the path to GitHub. Download and you're set to go. Here you'll be able to see the parameters that you can work with in Streamlabs Chatbot. I use a few types of these to let chat control scenes and sources. If you're using OBS Studio, you simply have one extra step to do, and that's to download the OBS WebSocket. I will be providing that link in the description below as well. After you've downloaded and installed Streamlabs Chatbot, Python, the parameters, and WebSocket if need be, go ahead and open your Streamlabs Chatbot. Here you'll want to scroll down to scripts. When you first open Chatbot, you won't see the script already here. Simply go to import, go to wherever your destination you downloaded the script at, and load that in. Make sure it's enabled. You will want to double check and make sure that the directory for Python is set correctly. The default is C Python lib. Make sure that the directory is using the folder with the capital L. After you have your scripts properly imported, let's take a look at how those commands work. Here you can see I have a ton of different commands. Let's take a look and see how they work. Here I have the Super Smash Bros. Animation game set up. It's fairly straightforward. Just enter your command. I tend to use the prefix exclamation point. You can set your permissions, cooldowns, just like you can with GIFBot, but this is the important part to look at. Whether you're using Streamlabs OBS or OBS, you'll have certain parameters you need to follow. It's as simple as copying and pasting the basic command and entering your exact source name. You'll want to make sure that you're using the exact same capitalization in the command as you are in OBS. Here you have the mode. This will be the sequence that the source is activated or deactivated in. The last part to this command is the timer. So the command will trigger it on and it will turn off after a 9-second delay. Let's go ahead and see how you set this up in OBS. Now in OBS, I already have the image loaded, but I'll go ahead and show you how I set this up. You'll want to make sure that it's not looped and that you close the file when it's inactive and show nothing when playback ends. Closing the file when the source is inactive will save valuable resources in OBS. However, when setting up your media source, I recommend that you actually keep loop on. After positioning, make sure that you add a filter using the correct colored chroma key. Now that you have your positioning and filters on, let's make sure that the command works from chat. Now I'll show you a way that chat can switch the scene. Now back over at our commands, let's take a look at the parameters you can set up to let chat control your scenes. I will say be careful with this because you don't want chat to get too disruptive with the flow of your stream. However, one cool trick you can do if you're using multiple cameras is to use this function to let chat choose which camera they want to look at. Here, we'll go down to what I call Bruce Swap. So I have it set up so you must be a subscriber, and it does have a 30-minute cooldown. Here we'll see the parameters that make this command function. I have which scene I want the command to take us to, the duration I want it to stay there, and then the scene I want it to return to. Let me show you how this works on my stream. This is the scene that I use the most, and if chat gets tired of looking at me, all they have to do is hit Bruce Swap, and they get to see Bruce for 30 seconds. Just like that, magic has happened. To do this, all I've done is duplicate the scene and swapped my camera source with his. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I can't wait to see the way that you guys use GIFBot and Streamlabs Chatbot in your streams to get creative. I've got a ton of videos that are going to be released soon showing you how I do everything I do on my stream to promote interaction and engagement, and I hope you guys will check those out too. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe, like the channel, and check me out on Twitch.